Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. Welcome if you're new here. Do I look weird with this light? And with this new lipstick? I don't know. I don't care. Anyways. Okay guys, in this video I want to talk about the difference between beautiful and hot. How to be more hot, because that's, in my opinion, a much better option. Because to me, hot reads as attractive and beautiful doesn't necessarily read attractive. And when people say conventionally attractive people, I'm gonna be saying conventionally beautiful people, okay? Like good looking people. Because attraction, in my opinion, still comes from inside and from something much deeper than just your looks. So yeah, we'll talk about that. And also, we'll talk about how to become more hot regardless of your looks, even if you're really insecure about your looks. This is possibly the only video that I ever make that might be more so for men. Hate to say that, because my content is always for the girls and gays. Always. So anyways, let's get started. All right, you guys, I took some notes. I took a bunch of notes actually. And let's talk about beautiful versus hot and how to be more hot. Have you, I'm sure you have met people who are really beautiful, really good looking people, conventionally good looking, all right? And yet there is nothing going on. There's going to be no stereotypes. I'm not saying that this is how every good looking person is, because that's actually absolutely not the case. But I have met some really good looking people who are the most boring people in the world. The most boring people in the world. Oh my gosh. This is why I like to say that I believe that a lot of people would benefit from going through like an insecure phase growing up or something like that, so they could develop some character, so they could develop some personality, some sense of humor. Do you know what I'm saying? So yeah, I find it really uninspiring when someone believes that their good looks is just all there is, and they should get all the good things in the world only solely based on their looks, that this is always going to be enough. Now, this is not me diminishing the importance of good looks for some people, right? Or for certain purposes, potentially, right? But if your goal is to attract people who also have more going on in their lives besides looks and generally superficial things, and superficial things would be, once again, looks and something like money, for example, which, not saying you don't need money or you shouldn't want a partner who makes a lot of money, but you might want more than that. You might want to attract people who are more interesting and have interesting hobbies and who have personalities, who are interesting to be around, who you can learn something from, who it is fun to be around. Okay? And let's talk about how you can become one of those people yourself. Once again, regardless of your looks, you can be a very good looking person, or you might be really insecure regardless of your looks. Let's talk about how to shift that and change that and make you hot instead, because hotness does not actually depend on how good looking you are. It can help for sure, but hotness truly comes from within. Hotness to me is attractiveness, when someone is really attractive, and that comes from your personality, that comes from something inside, from the fire in your eyes. It truly lies beyond your looks. So let's get into it. All right. The first thing you want to do is you want to take your focus, your attention away from your looks pretty much completely. Yes. Let's focus on something else entirely. You want to expand your horizons. You want to become an interesting person. The goal here is to become an interesting person and have something else going on for you besides your looks. You can have fantastic, incredible looks already, but If this is not enough for you, take attention away from that in your own head as well, okay? And focus on other things entirely. One thing that I personally find to be really, really helpful is develop a sense of humor, honestly. I know it might sound very easy because obviously it's not, but start with like, stop taking yourself too seriously. This is one of the most attractive qualities in anybody, truly, is when someone does not take themselves too seriously. When someone is extremely defensive and cannot take a joke, and I mean like not an offensive joke, but if someone just like jumps to fight and defend themselves at any given moment and cannot laugh at themselves truly, cannot make a silly little joke at themselves, that is always extremely, extremely unattractive. And here I'm not talking about boundaries, and I'm not talking about when someone is actually insulting you and you should be laughing at yourself. That's not what I'm talking about. But when someone is so defensive at all times, they cannot laugh at themselves, they cannot take themselves, they take themselves so seriously. This is so, so extremely unattractive. I'm not gonna lie to you. Yep. When someone can laugh at themselves, when someone does not take themselves too seriously, and especially if it's a creative person and they can laugh at themselves, they can truly focus on their art. This is such a beautiful, attractive, magnetic thing. It's honestly kind of wild, truly. So stop taking yourself so seriously, okay? And develop a sense of humor. Start developing a sense of humor. Watch some stand up or something. Quite a few guys online complain about how the only thing women want is like very good looking guys who have a lot of money. And you have no idea how not true that is. You have no idea. Yes, lots of women want attractive guys who have a lot of money. That is true. It's fantastic. And if you already have that, fantastic also. But somebody with a good sense of humor, someone who you can laugh with, someone who you can feel safe with, and you can just talk to, this is the best. Truly. Spending time with an interesting person who can teach you something, who is passionate about something, oh my god, no looks and no money in the world can ever buy that. I swear. Or like make you more attractive. Okay, maybe like a lot of money can make you attractive. But listen, don't take personality for granted. Don't think, like, don't discount that. Now, learn new skills and focus on your education. This is honestly a massive one. Once again, take attention away from your looks. Stop hyper focusing on that because, yes, people see your looks, but only until they start talking to you. When people start talking to you, this is the looks go away completely, honestly. They can either be amplified by your personality and you will look even, as a more fantastic, hot person, or things will really go sour really quick, even if you are very attractive. But if like no one can talk to you about anything, you are not interesting, there's nothing going on, you will become unattractive and definitely not hot. It's just the way that it is. Please do not think that people will always only see you as how you look and only focus on your looks, because that's not true. Once again, when they start talking to you, when they start having conversations with you, relationships with you of any kind, even like business relationships, whatever, friendships, your personality can shine so bright that no one will ever even think about your looks in a negative way. I swear. I swear that's how that works. I don't make the rules, but I'm telling you the rules. Focus on your skills. Learn something new. Music instrument, a programming language, an actual language. Anything, new skill, physical skill, doesn't matter. Focus on your education and learning something. Acquire new skills. All right, this next one is one of my favorites. Practice your hobbies. Practice your favorite hobbies. If there's something that you really want to do that. Find time to do that. If this is something that is uncool, not really popular, maybe a bit too niche or something like that, do that. Do that. Release all expectations. Do not chase any kind of popularity. Do not think that you should be doing any popular, cool hobbies that like people will find attractive or whatever the hell. You should be doing something that brings joy to you, something that sparks joy and this like fire in your eyes. Do something that you're truly passionate about, because trust me, there will always be people who have the same interests as you, or people who will just find it really magnetic how passionate you are about something. Passion is attractive. You know that. And if you don't know, you know. Who doesn't know that though? All right, help others. Okay? Oh my god. It's so windy today, it's crazy, honestly. Oh my god. Okay. Anyways, help others. Release all expectations. Do not expect anything in return. Just pure acts of kindness. Be of service. Help somebody else. Help your friends. Help somebody who needs it. You can volunteer even. Honestly, at this point, there are like so many different things you can do to help other people, online and offline, in so many different ways that like do some research, honestly, but help other people. That will also help you massively to take attention away from your looks and honestly any and all insecurities you have. I made a separate video on confidence, so we'll talk about that a bit later, but help other people. Or like animals, honestly. It doesn't really matter. Help strangers, help your friends, help your family. Stop your own victim mentality and victim narrative. Like, truly, I will make a video on that in the future, because I think it's a pretty big topic and it's not quite so easy. And I can't just say, like, okay, well, stop victimizing yourself, especially if that's what you've been doing your whole life. But truly start the process of unlearning that. Stop seeing yourself as a victim. Stop, the victim mentality, truly. Start taking responsibility for yourself and for your own life and for your choices and for like your expectations and whatever, right? And just start acting. But I will talk about this more in the future. Now, release any perfectionism and allow some flexibility. Allow yourself to make mistakes. This is hugely unattractive, honestly, when someone is such a perfectionist that they cannot even do anything. They can't even start anything. I think some people believe this might be a very, very attractive quality of their personality, that they are such a perfectionist, that they only do something if they can do it perfectly. A lot of the times this stop you from doing anything at all, and you will learn so much more and you will achieve so much more if you just start doing something somehow. If you allow yourself to make mistakes, if you allow yourself to do something imperfectly, and you just release all of its expectations, you allow yourself to be a human being and just do something, you're going to achieve so much more. Once again, you allow yourself to be cringe, you allow yourself to be just a person who makes mistake, who can do something wrong, you know what I'm saying? And you will learn from those mistakes in the future. You will be doing something. It doesn't really matter what it is. It can be, once again, about your hobbies. It can be about your work, of course. It can be about your art. Well, that's massive. That's quite major. Lots of perfectionists, honestly, anywhere, but in art for sure. So yeah, it's really attractive when someone, once again, doesn't take themselves too seriously and can just allow themselves to flow and just do their thing and be imperfect and learn as they go. Please do not see perfectionism as something super attractive. Even if someone does find it attractive, they have their own problems, honestly, but like, let go of perfectionism. Truly, it's not serving you. Trust me. Okay, and this last step or tip, or whatever you want to call it, build self-confidence. Start building your self-confidence. That has nothing to do with your looks. It is very attractive when someone is confident, truly. I don't mean arrogant. I don't mean too much of something. if that's even a thing. I don't mean arrogant, is what I'm trying to say. What I'm trying to say is that when someone is truly secure in themselves, they have good self image, they know exactly who they are, they know that they're a reliable, responsible person, they know that they can be, once again, relied upon. They know what they like, they know what they do, they know that they have a personality that can attract a lot of people. Or not necessarily a lot of people, but the true, real ones. You know what I mean? You don't need to have a lot of people around you. You just need to have the people who will really get you and understand you and like you for who you are. Because even if you are a very, very attractive person, this is a problem that a lot of really good looking, attractive, conventionally beautiful people face as well, that they also want to be loved for who they are and they don't want to be seen as a perfect picture as well. So go watch my video on how to build confidence. I released it recently and I talk about different steps that you can take to build self-confidence and, let go of your insecurities, or like work on your insecurities more so, really. So yes, anyways, thank you very much, you guys, for watching this video. I really hope you found it useful and helpful. Please like this video and subscribe to my channel. It will help me a lot. If you want to support me, please leave a comment down below. I would really appreciate that, especially if you leave a nice one. And let me know in the comments if you would like me to make videos on any other specific topics. I will gladly do that. And I will see you in the next one. I love you guys and thank you so very much once again.